Free State describes itself as a province on the move. It demonstrated this positive direction by hosting the Free State Global Investors Trade Bridge 2016, in tandem with the popular Mangaung African Cultural Festival, better known as Makufe. This is the second annual trade bridge to be held in the City of Roses, Bloemfontein. The event was opened at the Dome and was attended by South African Minister for Small Business Development, Lindiwe Zulu, and South African Deputy Minister of Tourism, Thokozile Xasa. Premier Ace Magashule told delegates that the province carries great growth potential because of its central location in the country, which puts it ahead in attaining a variety of investment opportunities. The Free State aims to bring together local government and international partners to grow provincial divisions like education, tourism, infrastructure, sanitation, mining and agriculture.
The Global Trade Bridge is a very, very important event, more so when it happens during the Makufe period. It's everybody's here from South Africa. The Eastern Cape is here, Northwest is here. The premiers will be coming. We have Angola here, we have Lesotho here. We are going to have Belarus, we're going to have Chinese and Indians, as well as some of the Cubans are around. So you can see that this is a very good investment in terms of making sure as a province we attract, not just to the province but to South Africa, investors. And a lot of them have already signed initial agreements with us. We will be working on them. And that's why we say peoples to peoples relation is very, very important. Knowing each other, one another, is the most important thing before you talk investment in the world. And as South Africa's Free State, we are part of that globe. And we are very happy that everybody has ascended here in Bloemfontein, the center of South Africa.
The trade bridge offers delegates opportunities to network informally and on a formal level. Matchmaking meetings are arranged in which business people are paired with the most likely people in their sectors and industries to encourage and forge partnerships.
I came here last year with an idea. Actually, I wanted to do logistics. I'm interested very much in transport logistics. So with that, I had needed business plans. I needed a lot of things and money. And I met this person. The match made me with this person who advised me, what do you know now? Because you need to start somewhere before you can go that big. So at that point, what I had known, what I had vast experience in was water meters. And so that's where I started. I started networking. They taught me that you need to constantly put yourself out there, meet people who understand what you want, what you do. And so I met people, and I met this person who's got the contract to deal with the meters, and I asked for a subcontract, and he offered it. And for the first month there, I hired a car and that bakkie. Second month, I bought a bakkie with that one. So now I have now 2 bakkies of my own that I don't owe anyone.
Oh, and your staff?
8 people.
Eight people. And I see you already, somebody's interested in doing business with you here.
Yes, definitely. Somebody at OR Tambo. I already have his contact. I'm going to install meters for him there. I'm also meeting 3 people later on today, so definitely this is like your best. Ace Magashule is the best.
So would you recommend next year for people to come here?
Definitely. I wouldn't, definitely. Networking is like the must.
Mahosi Mutlolometsi, who owns Mahosi Creations, has 5 permanent employees and went to Bulgaria with a trade delegation from the Free State. She was not an exhibitor, but took along samples of her arts and craft products and put her networking skills to work at the Sofia Fashion Week, which just happened to be on at the time of the visit.
It was the best thing, which I even met very important people, which they really became an investment in my business. I had an opportunity to meet with Ntate Freddie Kenny, who's got a mall. We even talked about he's gonna start a fashion week everywhere starting from next year, which will be organized by me. They were very impressed with the whole thing of the fashion show, and I ended up being invited as a VIP.
But tell me, you didn't sit and wait for them to contact you. You pushed yourself on them. Tell me about that.
Yes, I really did go, and because I'm one person who believes that if you want something, you really must go for it. because if it's only you who can make your wishes to come true. So when I got there and realized that I didn't have a stall, I went everywhere. I remember even the MEC was I was talking to the manager, I was trying to explain about you and the product. The manager said, no, we met that lady, you already talked to her, that's how fast she is. But I believe that if you take things from yourself and do it, that's where you really are going to succeed. My market, like at the moment, we are really supplying. We've got more people that we're supplying. There's a shop that we supply in Melbourne, in Prinsik, in Joburg. We also supply in Pretoria, Brooklyn Mall. There's a shop that I supply, and small upcoming business that are coming in Durban and Pretoria. So locally, I just hope people will start supporting black business, and because locally it's few, and thanks to those who are really supporting me.
And working in several African countries as an oil and gas engineer, Tlale Mokhadi decided to become an entrepreneur. He's now involved in several businesses, from construction to education, from software development to clothing manufacturing. He has also invested in oil and gas in Senegal and black tea in Rwanda.
When people come here, they always want to start in South Africa. So where does that lead us? Is to allow you to look at opportunities that we've been to before. I've been to Portugal, in Madeira. I met businesses people in construction, very big company, Technovia. They specialize in bridges, etc., etc. One of the biggest developers. They've done Stadia, they've done, all the tunnels. They've got more than 200, 300 tunnels in Madeira. So, based on the experience that I've showed them, I've built over the last 12 years of the establishment of my business since 2004. They then developed a business to say, we want to work with you. Because they establish Technovia in almost every country of Africa or around the world. So for me it was humbling for an international company to say, we have confidence enough in you to work with you based on the African experience that you have, because that's what you need. The exposure to, or maybe the appetite to look or work or invest in different businesses was first provoked by Bidvest model in South Africa, homegrown. They're all over the world. They are in chairs, in carpets, or pen, whatever you think of. That's employment, that's job creation. Thousands and thousands of people get employed. Then Free State being central of South Africa, we only about 2.7, 2.8 million. How do we help the province, especially the political principles? They are trying very hard to encourage and remap Free State in terms of economic development. So they can't do it alone. They can only help you into opportunities. But also they can support you to be able to employ the communities. So that's when I decided maybe the only way is to graduate again. Copy the Indians and copy Mr. Joff. That's how I got into it. I started construction as a contractor, and then I moved on to do construction project management in buildings and roads, etc. Eventually I registered as a professional construction manager. And then I moved on to say, let me buy a school. A year ago I bought a private school, which is doing very well. We took it from less than 60%, we are now at 87%.
It was 19 months ago that you first signed an MOU with the Free State Province. How has it gone since then?
It was an excellent experience for us to come and visit with the Free State Provincial Government and officials, including the Director General, MECs and the Premier. Premier had a strong vision for the businesses like Mahindra's to invest in the province, and we decided to, yes, we will invest, and we started to invest in province first with the skill development, because once you have a skilled person, he can create job, he can be sustaining himself and to society. So it had been an excellent experience, very well supported by the government.
Okay, and tell me about the size of your operation in the Free State at the moment.
So across Africa, we are about 3,000 people. Across globe, we are about 300,000 people company as Mahindra Group. ICT business alone is about 3,000 people in Africa. In South Africa, we are about 250 people. South African operations had been about 10 years old. In In Free State Provincial Government, we have trained 103 people, and these are the people who are going to be part of my team. So my operation will be plus minus 100 people very soon in province, and we are going to invest, we are going to encourage entrepreneurs, we are going to start large IT projects, and these all people will be employed in that.
So mainly IT. What about agriculture?
In the IT business, so far we have started very, very big. In agriculture, we have a farm equipment company of our own. We have a tractor manufacturing facility. We also have got the motor manufacturing facility, assembly plants, as well as we are one of the large brands from India for SUVs and other passenger vehicles. So this has been a great experience. So in the province, we are going to have our own dealerships. We have the dealerships for the motors. Agriculture space, we have not ventured as yet, but in this trade event, we have met with a couple of interesting buyers who are looking for Mahindra tractors, especially in the areas of Botshabelo, in the areas of Kronstadt. A couple of businesses have approached us for supply of tractors from Mahindra Group. We'll be very keen to work with them.
The Musa Group was founded in Lesotho in the 1980s and is now spread across the DRC, South Africa, in the Free State and Durban, as well as Cape Town, and is venturing into Namibia.
Manufacturing is the core sector. We've got a factory in 1983. We employ approximately 400 people in the factory. That's manufacturing. We do household furniture, mattresses, and in construction, we've also been into construction since 1986. That we've been focusing on design and build projects, some rural electrification projects, and roads and water and sanitation projects. In terms of FMCGs, we recently in 2010 acquired one of the largest grocery businesses, the FMCG group, which is called the Frasers in Lesotho. So that's got 34 different supermarkets across the country. And we've also got filling stations. And in agriculture, we've identified a niche in innovative agriculture. So that's closed environmental agriculture. So we focus on hydroponics and aquaponics that we're doing in the Free State. And pharmaceutical, we are basically agents in terms of distribution in pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
So what do you think of the Free State as a place to do business?
To be honest, I've interacted with various levels of government in different provinces and different countries, and I must admit that I find the approach of the Free State government and just as an environment to do business very good. Very good because it drives towards seeing you grow. You find that with other sort of areas, when you come in, there's barriers to entry and you can feel the barriers. But here there's an open arm, open hand welcome for you to come and do business. So I found it very, very, very conducive to business growth.
We'll be back after a short break and we'll continue talking to Free State entrepreneurs and find out more about international trade links. The Free State Global Trade Bridge 2016 has provided entrepreneurs and business people with ample opportunities to network, and most people we spoke to confirmed that business is simply not business without networking. One believer in the power of networking is Reggie Mutsi, who is based in Velkom.
My main focus of business currently is supply of building material. I've got a hardware, and this is the reason why earlier on I was talking about cement factory, because then if I can get into the space of manufacturing cement, it would fit nicely into the hardware and ultimately into the construction business, which I also do. So those are the main businesses. But on the other hand, I'm involved in putting up a studio facility in Velkom for filmmakers to shoot movies. I've spent countless time and trips to Cape Town Film Studio looking at that, and when I came back with a view and conclusion that the Cape Town Film Studio is overbooked. It's actually booked until 2020, and there's lack of such facilities in the country. I pursued that, and it's been about 2 years, but when I first got into the website, even before I started putting up the stage, I got an international interest, and this is what has led to a film being shot in Velkom in the Free State last year, September. And because it was now launched in Toronto 2 weeks ago, there's a lot of interest from other filmmakers to come and shoot movies in the Free State. And I'm pursuing that as well as my other interesting project that I'm currently. My number one advice is that people who would want to have focus in business, I've indicated the business of business is business. You must be business-like, your approach must be business-like, you must be business-minded, you must network, you must work hard to become a successful business person. You should not be in business to be depending on something else. Your mind must be, work innovatively. You must think beyond what you see to be able to make it in business. But hard work pays and networking.
I have a lot of faith to do business in the Free State. I've been in the Free State 27 years now, and after 27 years I strongly believe that there's a great future for property in the Free State.
And how do you think businesses should work with the government to grow their businesses?
Well, if I can talk about the property space where I am doing business in, government can play a very important role to make available valuable prime land for development. The role of municipalities have changed in the new South Africa. Previously, the municipalities were the creator of good service land, but today that situation has changed with the municipalities. So I think the win-win situation between government and the private sector is where government can avail good service, good land that can be serviced by the private sector in order to stimulate the economy.
Tell me very briefly your story, your business story, from how you started to the success you are today.
Well, I started my business way back in 1989 with a small amount of 50,000 Rand here in Bloemfontein. I moved from Kimberley to Bloemfontein with the intention to study 4 years to equip myself with a law degree. But as a married man, a wife and 3 kids, I had to find a way to support my family and to pay for my studies. I didn't have any study loan, and I have created my own opportunity. I used the 50,000 Rand from the sale of my house, my pension money, and a claim against the then government. I've used that money to start my business on a very small scale. About a year after I've started my business, we entered into the market of speculating with houses, and that have carried me through the years. We ultimately landed up with a situation where we could build a portfolio where we've built up about 6 shopping malls, offices, a building, BMW building in Bloemfontein, and the portfolio was recently sold off in the order of 400 million Rand to bring down the group's debt to zero, and that is why the group is very good place at the moment to actually grow all the new opportunities that are there for us and to unlock the opportunities that exist in Bloemfontein.
TD Mutebe shuttle service started small in 2006 with 2 vehicles. Now it boasts 18 vehicles and 3 luxury buses, and it is spreading its wings further.
Outside the province also, as the Premier mentioned, that we can't also be focusing into government, we must also spread our wings. So I think Mutebe is well known now by 9 provinces that we have in South Africa. It's well known, the brand is well known, yes.
And how does the government help you to do business here?
The government is helping me a lot in terms of the moving the students that are going back with bursaries, and then we transport them with luxury coaches, and we also help with the department. We have contract with the government also, which was also one of the breakthrough for Mutebe shuttle service. And I'll say we're doing very well, and we appreciate what the Free State provincial government has done to Mutebe shuttle service. They have contributed a lot into our growth. And I'll also like to thank the premier of this province, Ndade Ace Makashula. He's a wonderful man. He's done so many things for the people of this province.
The Free State province has built links with several countries, including Cuba, India, China, and Belarus.
All of the equipment, all of the machinery is made in Belarus. So we're using our technology, we're using our knowledges, and that's that's how we actually reach this 100% food security. But of course, we import a lot of fruits from Africa, and especially from South Africa as well. I have to say that we are very happy to have the very strong and good relations with the Free State government. It was started last year when the Honorable Mr. Magashule with the delegation visited Minsk, and they established very good relations with the Minsk region. Minsk is the capital, so this region is a capital region. And today we have a good relations based on an agreement between interregional cooperation agreement.
The Free State also has strategic partnerships with neighboring countries such as Lesotho.
As you know, that Free State has got very strong relations with Lesotho. Actually, there are more than 3 or 4 ports of entry into Lesotho and Free State. There's movement of people, movement of goods and services across the border, and therefore the relationship becomes very important. And whenever there's an opportunity, we are supposed to be strengthening these relations.
Given that we are here at the Global Investors Trade Bridge for 2016, I understand a lot of international participants are here, special economic zones have been identified. Are there new developments that we can perhaps look forward to strengthen this partnership going forward?
At the moment, there are no existing new developments, but for instance, if you look at the border towns, Ladybrand, Vicksburg and others, there's literally movement of people and goods on a daily basis, and new ideas of how business people can benefit in terms of investing into Lesotho and vice versa into the Free State is continuous, and the communities are happy with the improvements which are being made to facilitate the movement. And our role as a High Commission or embassy is to ensure that this smooth movement of people and goods across the borders.
According to recent statistics, intra-African trade currently sits between 12 to 14%. The Free State province is making concerted efforts to enhance this trade, and one of the partnerships it has established is with Angola.
I came with my delegation to look, for the opportunities in Free State, as we see the potentialities of this state, especially in terms of agriculture. So I see a great potential here. The video we saw is amazing. We are trying also to improve in terms of poultry breeding. So we are confident that we will be able to improve the relations between South Africa and Angola, of course, through Free State. I should say that we have already prospects of an agreement between Free State and our province of BA, basically for agriculture, healthcare and education. South Africa has a great potential in terms of education as well. A lot of our human resources did the education here in South Africa, and we can do more. In terms of healthcare as well, we used to send annually a lot of patients to South Africa for their treatment, but we can move from there in terms of improve the relations in terms of the education of our improve the education of our human resources in healthcare field, so we can really reduce the sending of patients, but at the same way enhance the cooperation in this field.
From the response to the Free State Global Trade Bridge 2016, it looks as if the province is well placed to expand its economy and trade links.
We are an agricultural province, we are a mining province. As MEC Mashinini was saying, we have talked to the Germans. We are going to deal with the mining dams so that we reconstruct the goldfields area, your Velkom, Virginia and Ottendal Stress, as well as Tennessee. We have already engaged with Harmony, and we are about to announce within a month or so, we'll be able to announce. We have sent, in terms of agriculture, we have sent young people to to Belarus, we have sent them to Bulgaria, engineers, agricultural technicians, so that we focus as Free State on agro-processing, because that's the route to go. And manufacturing is key in our province. And you'll see as we move on, the necessary skills we needed are now there. We have more than 7,000 students at various universities. We have more than 1,000 throughout the world. And we are here to say, as the Free State, this is what we are going to do. The fruits will be seen by the year 2019. That's when we'll see the fruits of our investment in education. But manufacturing is going to be key for us. Small enterprises are going to be free for us because they'll create more jobs. So working together with the Department of Small Business, Department of Trade and Industry around the economic zone is going to attract a lot of investors for the Free State as well as South Africa.